besties, welcome back. Today we're gonna blindly pick out my December TBR. I've personally never done this before. I've never even had a blind date with a book. I'm gonna choose around 6 books. I usually do 8 or more, but I'm in the biggest reading slump of my life. So maybe going about blindly picking my December TBR is not the way to go, but it feels like Christmas and I'm so excited to just unwrap the books. I don't really remember what any of these books could be, but without further ado, I'm just gonna let the random number generator decide what our first book is. 20. 20 is right here. Okay. Let's see what we got. We have Happily Letter After by V. Keeland and Penelope Ward. I'm pretty sure V and Penelope are 2 different authors because I've seen them publish books separately, but they write a lot of books together. My love story all started with a letter. Only if it wasn't from the man I'd eventually fall in love with, it was from his daughter. Is this a single dad romance? If you're new here, you're gonna catch on very quick that single dad romances have a special place in my heart. Basically, what I'm getting so far is it's a single dad romance. His daughter writes to her and the magazine that she works for. She anonymously starts granting the daughter's wishes, but then it says that one day she acts irrationally and shows up at their doorstep. I don't know how I feel about that last part, but the book seems like a really quick read because it's fairly short, so I'm excited to have this added to the TBR. Okay, for our next book. 12. 12 is all the way up here. Something about unwrapping books hits so differently. We have Marriage for One. I've been dying to read this book. I've heard amazing, incredible things about it. It's a small town romance, it's marriage of convenience, and their names are Jack and Rose. Basically, Rose always wanted to open this cafe in her uncle's building, but it's very clear in her uncle's will that the building's gonna go to her husband and not her. Yeah. So she has to get married in order to inherit the building and open her cafe. But Jack, who is her uncle's lawyer, offers a marriage of convenience for her. It's low-key giving mastermind on Jack's behalf, but I'm not going to jump to any rash conclusions. I am still excited to read this, despite the fact that this is a lot chunkier than our first pick. We kind of have a blue theme going on here. What are we going to get next? 13. Didn't we just get 12? It's a little off camera, but 13. Is this another? I think I know what this is, and it's another marriage of convenience book that I've been so excited to read. We have Otherwise Engaged by Avery Keelan, if my memory serves me right. This one is an enemies to lovers sort of marriage of convenience. I don't know how that works either, to be honest, but let me read the bag and explain it properly. I thought inventing a boyfriend would help me get out of trouble, but it landed me in more. My little white lie put me in the crosshairs of Bennett Bradford, Satan in a suit. He may be easy on the eyes, but he's rough on the heart. I learned that one the hard way. Suddenly, there's a gigantic rock on my left finger, as fake as our relationship, but our chemistry is all too real. That is why I love a good marriage of convenience. Basically, his reputation is in shambles and he needs the very perfect fiance. And who's more perfect than good girl Thayer? Even though she sold him out back in high school, for him, this is revenge and punishment for her. And she really has no choice but to owe him this favor because he has leverage on her. And for her, she was inventing a fake boyfriend for some reason, and Bennett and this whole fake engagement somehow fits perfectly with that. It's a win-win situation for both of them, but they're enemies. My best friend Sarah loved this, and she actually bought this for me, so I'm even more excited to get into this. For our fourth book, we have 24. We're sticking with double-digit numbers, it seems like. Do you guys like open your books really neatly? I think I usually open presents really neatly, but like for this video, it's so therapeutic to just rip the wrapping paper. We have Raleigh by Devney Perry. I absolutely love Devney Perry. This is her latest release in the Treasure State Wildcat series. I read Coach and Blitz. I loved Coach a lot. Blitz was like a student coach romance, so I didn't love it that much, but I'm pretty sure this is an accidental pregnancy, which is another touchy trope for me. It has to be done right for me to really like it. And the MMC in this book is Rush Ramsey, and from how he's portrayed in the other books, he is very caretaker, protector energy. That and the fact that it's accidental pregnancy makes it seem like it's gonna hit a lot. Nevertheless, I'm a sucker for Devney Perry's writing and I love the Treasure State Wildcat world, so I'm so happy this is on our TBR. We're halfway through right now. 26. We're only doing high numbers here. 26. I know what this book is based on the size alone. It is Carrie Soto's Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I put this on my TBRcart for 2 reasons. One, just because I love Taylor Jenkins Reid. I've read pretty much majority of her backlist and every single one of them has been either 4 or 5 stars. So I have very high hopes for this book. Secondly is because I watched Challengers and I attended the US Open this year. So I feel like with all of that, I definitely should have read this sooner, but I blame my reading slump. Is this a romance? I don't even know because Taylor Jenkins Reid isn't really known for her romances. I do remember hearing that basically someone is coming for the title that Carrie Soto owns. So she's coming off of her break or out of retirement for a last hurrah to defend her title. I think it's about her journey getting back to her prime. I've just heard endless praise about this book, so I know I'm probably gonna love it too. Give us a low number. 15. Oh. Okay. I feel like I was asking for it in a way because I wrapped 3 of her books in this blind TBR, but it's a book by Mariana Zapata. I'm so conflicted when it comes to Mariana Zapata because I want to read her books so badly, but why do they have to be so long? And they're slow burn. I love K-dramas, so you know I love a good slow burn, but I don't know if a book this thick is a good idea when you're in a reading slump, but we have Wait For It by Mariana Zapata. I can't even hide how excited I am about just reading a book of hers, but I am absolutely petrified. Like, don't let the smile deceive you because this is so scary. I'm guilty because I have severe big book phobia. I know very little about this book and I want to keep it that way, but from what I do know, the FMC somehow gains custody of 2 boys, and that's like all I know. I don't know how she meets the MMC. I don't know the plot of this book. I don't know the nature of how she gained the custody, but I have also heard that going into Mariana Zapata books blindly is the way to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I didn't even realize, but that was our 6th book. I'm having so much fun unwrapping these books that I'm just gonna pick one more. Hopefully we get a single digit number because I think every book I've gotten so far has been in the double digits, but what are we gonna get for our last book? Oh, we have 3, my lucky number. I'm secretly hoping this is either Twisted or King of Greed by Anna Fong. It wasn't any of those, but we have Dear Enemy by Kristen Callahan. The cover of this book is just so gorgeous, but I don't know what it's about. As kids, they hated each other. Malcolm? How do you pronounce his name? M-A-C-O-N. I'm just gonna go with Malcolm. Malcolm Saint was beautiful, but despite his name, Dahlia knew he was the devil. He dated her sister, but apparently she's slightly evil, so I don't think they get along. 10 years later, her old enemy sends her a text. Dahlia's sister stole a valuable heirloom from Malcolm, who's now a rising Hollywood star, and he intends to collect his due. One problem, Sam skipped town. I can see why they don't get along. Sparks still sizzle between Malcolm and Dahlia, and the heat feels alarming. So she proposes a deal. She pays off the debt by being Malcolm's personal chef and assistant. It's a recipe for disaster, but Malcolm can't stop himself from accepting. Oh wait, this last part is kind of cute. Even though Dahlia clearly hates him, there's something about her that feels like home. Besides, they're no longer kids. What was once a bitter rivalry has the potential to become something sweeter, something like forever. We love a good enemies to lovers romance here. After reading that synopsis, I really want to read this book, so I'm happy I chose this as our 7th book. Here's our final selection. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe, and comment down below what book you're trying to finish before the year ends. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!